Today I'm going to be troubleshooting a radio slash amp on a BMW 330 Ci. This will also apply to basically any e46. And my symptoms that I was having was, one day I was just driving along and I was listening to the radio, no sound as you can hear. Just put on a station, no sound. I keep turning it up, no sound. And then I thought maybe this button would be broken, the actual knob. Sometimes this goes, what you can do is you can pull out on it and try to fix it. So I thought that maybe that could be the issue. So I came over to my steering wheel and tried doing this. Still, no sound. As you can hear, nothing is playing and there's no hiss, no nothing. So first thing I did, I was like, all right, maybe it's the radio. I pulled out the radio and checked all the connections. That's why this is off. You just take out this Phillips head screw, this Phillips head screw, pull the radio out, and there's two connections, one for the antenna and one for the actual speakers and amp. So I checked those were fine. I was like, put it back together, still nothing, no sound, no nothing. So my next thought was, all right, let me go check out the amp. So I went to the back and checked out the amp, and I'll be back with that right now. Open up your trunk and you're actually gonna pull out this. This is gonna be sitting right here, and you're gonna pull that out. And then you're gonna pull back this fender liner, which I have right here. Not fender liner, carpet liner for the back. There's one little plastic rivet holding that in. I'm gonna pull that back like that and hold it. And right here, you will discover your amp. I don't have the amp, I took it out. My amp is right here. So what I did is I left the amp in there for it to start, and I just let the radio run for a while, maybe like 5-10 minutes. And I came back to it and I touched it while I was in there, and I said, it's not warm, nothing. So I was like, all right, maybe it's probably the amp. This amp actually looks disgusting. It's all rusted and it absolutely looks awful. So I ended up pulling this out, and to pull this out, you're gonna need to there's gonna be a 10 mil right here, that's gonna be right here on the amp, and then there's these are also, these are 8 mil, 8 mil, 8 mil, and then that guy, you have to take that guy out to pull. If you pull back on this, the amp will slide right out. And then once you slide out the amp, you're actually gonna have to undo this connector, and I'll show you how this connector goes in. It might be a little tricky. So what it is it's sitting something like, it's gonna sit like this, and what you're gonna have to do is kind of hard to show you with one hand. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to push this piece down. It's gonna look like this in the amp. You're gonna push this piece down right here. Push that down, and then you're gonna push and pull this connector like that towards you, and it should pop out the amp. So I've taken out the amp, I examined it, I took a meter, I tested some pins, just random ones, I didn't really know which one, top and bottom, see if I had any current or anything like that, if it was making a loop, and everything checked out fine, but it wasn't getting warm, so I was like, all right, the amp's probably dead. So I went on eBay, I got this new amp. This amp looks brand new. Sorry for I just got some dust on it, but literally looks brand new. Looks like it was never used. It's from a convertible, so it mounts slightly different, but it was only 25 bucks, so it's definitely worth it if you're having problems with your radio and your e46 and nothing's solving it. I'm going to bet it's probably your amp, and this is just the model that I got for this. Make sure it says e46 2 or C, because the 330 Ci's and the convertibles are, the convertibles and coupes have a different amp than the actual four doors, which would say e46/4. So you don't want one of those. You want one e46/2 or C if you're working on a convertible or a coupe, and e46/4 if you're working on a sedan. So all I did was bought this, just plugged it in, did a little test fit, made sure it fit. Connection was the same, and I left it outside testing it like this with this connected. It's like that with that plugged in. Came back over to my radio, turned it on, it worked. So that was it. It was pretty cheap and easy fix. It was just kind of hard to troubleshoot. I was like, where do I start to troubleshoot? But if you're having any radio problems, check out the volume knob first. Check out your connections, and if it's not that, it's most likely that your amp has failed. And you can get another one very cheap on eBay. Slides right in, same connector, and it will just work. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more BMW and car-related videos. Thank you.